What's up, people? It's your man Urban Lover coming from your mama's basement. Now, Lonzo Ball last game he had a terrible shooting game. You know, he had really like a, I mean, like I said today, mostly it was just a shooting. This game right here, still not. I mean, not knocking down the jumpers. I mean, let's be honest, he's not knocking the jumpers, but he's bringing different dynamics to the team. And one thing that the Lakers never had is that they could never really push the ball. I mean, there's only 2 games. I'm just looking at it right now. I mean, the ones who pushed the ball all the time was actually Julius Randle or Brandon Ingram. Now, the point is now they have somebody that really pushes the ball. And these guys are getting accustomed to him. And I told guys on Twitter, I said once Lonzo finds somebody that he's comfortable, matter of fact, I even said in my video, that once he finds somebody that's comfortable, knocking down the shots, he's going to look for that guy mostly all the time. So who was the trifecta for receiving the passes from Lonzo? No other than Kuzma. Dude went off 31 points. He was 5 for 10 behind the 3-point arc. You know, playing some serious defense. And he looked good. I mean, the last game he was like, you know, subpar. And like I said, that's saying what I said about Lonzo. You know, their first game, you know, in a Lakers uniform and, well, in the summer league. And, you know, when you're coming in from, you know, college level to the pro level, you know, you got them jitters. You know what I mean? You're going to go through them jitters for a while. You know, that's why, like, Brandon Ingram came out and said that last year he wasn't himself. And then, you know, analyst was like, what you mean you weren't yourself? He said, I just wasn't myself. I just wasn't being who I am. You know, talking trash, stuff like that. He said, but this year, I am who I'm going to be. It's the same thing with Lonzo on him. Lonzo got a lot of high expectations. A lot of people are looking at him like, you know, what he's going to do. And, you know, is he going to really speak according? I mean, he's really going to play according to what his father talk about. And I want to say this over and over again. To the new generation, for those who play NBA 2K, and yeah, I'm saying you guys who play NBA 2K, who think it's a point guard's job to come down here and score first and pass second. That's not the traditional way that point guards are actually played. But a point guard position is actually played. Lonzo is an actual traditional point guard who's going to pass first, shoot second. The only problem I had with Lonzo, I know that the jumpers are going to eventually fall, just like Brandon Ingram. The only problem I had with him is that when he goes to, and I don't care what nobody say, and I know this is just summer league, but Lonzo has put that ball on the floor and broke some of his players down and got to the basket with ease. He was at first, the previous game, he was actually driving to the basket and passing out instead of going for the layups. This game, he actually started, you know, going to the basket and making layups. Like I said before, the more and more he plays, the more comfortable he gets, the better he will become. This guy, man, I'm telling you, this guy, this is, I'm not going to say it's the real deal, but Lonzo is pretty decent. He's a true point guard. And for us old fans that actually know what point guards is, and I'm not knocking the new generation because there's some young players that do know what the traditional point guard is. But he is a traditional point guard. So do not look for Lonzo to drop 30 points like Stephen Curry and all them. Lonzo will probably give you 20 assists before he drops 30 points. But he will get everybody else involved. And like I was talking to somebody on Twitter, they were stating that you know, Brandon Ingram, the previous game, kind of like stopped his playability. And I told him not really, because one thing about Lonzo, he could play on and off the ball. And another thing that we have to understand is this: Lonzo is going to have the ball 90% of the time, so he's going to pass that ball to whoever he feels though that's open. Look for clean cuts, nice shot, you know, nice spots, positions for easy shots and stuff like that. So he's going to distribute that ball equally among his players and his teammates. And you can see it like with Kyle. I mean, if you look at the stats from yesterday, you got David Nawaba, but he had 13 points, 6 for 9 shooting. Kyle Kuzma had 31 points, 12 for 26. Ivica Zubac, he only had 7 points, 2 for 5. He only played 16 minutes. I like to see more from him. You know, he's not really showing me nothing. Yeah, he had a couple good baskets. Still not showing me nothing. Not showing me any way of showing me like the, you know, his development. Like you see when Brandon Ingram came in there. Brandon Ingram came in there. His first game, you know, he dropped 26. Ivica, you know, he still look kind of sluggish. Got to get with the program, buddy. Josh Hart, he came in, you know, played good defense. He had 15 points on 6 for 13 shooting, but 1 for 5 behind the arc. But he played good defense, man, and I like his charisma. Lonzo Ball, 5 for 13. He had 11 points, 11 boards, and 11 assists. So that's one thing that he gives you. And I know a lot of people say he don't play good defense. He played pretty good defense this game. You know, right now, like I said, you know, when you really don't have no go-to man besides what I guess I'll say Kyle Kuzma this game. When you really don't have no go-to man, it kind of makes it hard for the team to really get into the flow of things, especially when these guys are not knocking down shots. Only one really knocking down their shot was actually Kyle. So once like I said, once Lonzo really when these guys really start knocking on these shots, once these guys start really knocking down their shots and actually producing, this team's going to be a good team to watch. I'm kind of excited right now. I mean, I just say I'm going to wait. I'm not going to be so quick to judge, like, get hyped and like, oh, man, I'm going to just wait and see what the season brings. Because, we still got, he didn't play with Julius. He didn't play with Jordan Clarkson, Larry Nance. I would like to see him play with Nick Young, but Nick Young is now with the Warriors. Kudos to him. He'd probably get a championship, right off to the sunset, my boy Swaggy P. But at the end of the day, I was real happy about the way they played. I like the way Lonzo actually pushes the ball. The outlook passes he throws like a quarterback. Finding guys, running down the court. That's beautiful to me. Getting them, catching the defense off guard. And that's what the Lakers didn't have last year or the previous 2 years. Where somebody who ran the floor and got these guys, in better position to score. It was wonderful. But I like this. At the end of the day, I was happy for Kuzma. Kuzma went off. And I was telling Dan, a Laker fan, I said, he didn't show me nothing in the previous game, but this game, he really stood out, and I like it. I love it, man. I really do. He really played his game. Not too much from the bench players. My man Thomas Bright played 15 minutes, but he was quiet. Didn't do too much. Vanderblue, he got in. He only played 3 minutes. Didn't do too much. I'm kind of happy that they went with a different lineup instead of the lineup they went from the previous game. Going with David, Kyle, Abika, Josh, and Lonzo. That was much better to me because that was more of a defensive front team. And that's when he really got into the run. But I want to say this to you fans too: when Brandon Ingram got hurt, or sprung his ankle, whatever it was, I don't know. It was just minor. You see how quick Magic Johnson said, take him out, he's done for the season. I just want to let you guys know right off the bat, this is summer league. Do not think that these guys are gonna be out here. Only ones that are gonna be playing hard is ones that's not really under contract. Let's be real. You might have some of the guys who just used to playing defense gonna play hard anyway, like Nwaba, Kuzma, Hart, because those 3 guys, they just used to playing defense. So they're going to play hard anyway. But you're going to see Lonzo Ball drag off a little bit, only because after what happened to Brandon Ingram, I'm telling you, the front office, imagine all them, they probably tell them guys, just go out there and have fun. Don't try too hard. We just basically scouting other players and just see what y'all got and what to bring to the table and how you fit in with other players. They're not going to have them guys go out there and get hurt. Brandon Ingram was a prime example of that. Soon as he got hurt, they took him right out the game. And he was done for the rest of the season. And that's the same thing what happened to Lonzo. Most I forbid, if he get hurt, they're going to take him out the game. He'll be done for the season. They're not going to have them guys out there get hurt because those guys bring money to the organization. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, they're big business. They're not going to let them go out there and get beat up, hurt, just for the benefit of the fan base looking in like, oh, he don't play good defense or this and that. That's, that's mediocre because why would you go out there and hurt yourself on a game that's really it doesn't have any meaning to it? You know what I mean? Do it in the regular season. This don't mean anything. Anyway, I was excited. Can't wait to this third game to see what these guys do. Anyway, it's your man Urban Lover. Like, share, subscribe, get in the comment section on what you think. Listen, I like these guys. I mean, I know it's only 2 games in, but I like what I see. I like the defense from Nwaba, which we already know. The guy, I'm gonna tell you like this: if David Nwaba can get a jump shot, he'll be another steal from the Lakers. If this dude can really get a jump shot, that's the only thing that hurt David Nwaba. Dude can play a hell of a defense, but if he can start knocking down threes, oh my gosh, woo, that boy be freaking nice. Kuzma had a hell of a freaking game. Like I said, Zublock, we like to see more from you. If I can't see more from you, Zublock, I'm going to have to take the block away from you. Just call you Zuba. Zuba. I'm just joking. But Hart played pretty good. He got injured, but he was okay. So he still played good. He played real tough defense, him and Kuzma. I'm just happy. I'm like Lonzo Ball. He came out and had a good game. He had a triple-double. Getting other players involved. I'm just excited. Anyway, it's your man Urban Lover. Like, share, subscribe, get in the comment section. Tell me what you think. I love you guys. Have a blessed one. And most of all, be safe out there.